Thank you very much, Dean. It's a great honor and pleasure for me to be with you today representing those 290,000 members of the FedEx team around the world. I can assure you that whatever recognitions that I've received, including today, are the result of their efforts, and I want to thank them for it. Let me also congratulate you, the men and women of the class of 2008 of Penn State University. This is one of the great institutions of higher learning in the United States, a nation full of great such institutions. And you're among the elite in one of our finest. The Smeal Business School has been distinguished and has a distinguished dean that is increasing its reputation, and for the rest of your life, you will be proud of the honors that you're going to receive today. We have many connections with Penn State. FedEx Ground, one of our major operating company, has 5,000 folks in Pittsburgh. And we have a number of former Nittany Lions on our team there and around our company, including one of our most important executives, recently retired, Charles Bucas, our Senior Vice President and Treasurer. I also was delighted to accept this invitation because I wanted to come see Penn State. And I can tell you I was not disappointed. It is truly one of the most beautiful campuses I've ever been on. You know, there will be a lot of recognition today of the outstanding members of this class, and let me join in those accolades to the summa cum laudes, the magna cum laudes, and the cum laudes. But there are two groups that often do not get recognized at events such as this, and I would like to recognize them. The first, as a parent of a number of children who have sat through these types of proceedings, let me congratulate you and to tell you that your long paying days are coming to an end this evening. And I know that the young men and women here would be the first to say that they owe a debt of gratitude to their parents for helping them reach this pinnacle. The second group I'd like to talk about are those that scraped along at the bottom. As Wellington said, the great hero of the British Empire, after barely winning the Battle of Waterloo, which made him a hero rather than a goat, it was a near-run thing. And there are some people in the audience, I bet, whose degrees could be stamped with the same thing. So take heart. You progressed further than Bill Gates or Stephen Jobs, and they did pretty well. And Winston Churchill was rumored to have been a diffident student himself. In fact, many times the dean is too kind to have done it. Mention the famous C grade that I got on my paper that presaged FedEx. And for those of you who know that story, and I'm sure there are because last night at the dinner it was brought up to me several times, let me set the record straight. I was delighted to get a C grade. It was an excellent performance on my part. Now, as I stand before you today, times are tough. The economy's not growing. We have an oil crisis. Many people are predicting that there are limits on growth. Our politics are contentious and bitter. We're still in an unpopular war. And there are a fair number of people who say that America is in a state of decline. That's almost exactly the situation that existed when FedEx began operation with those small number of planes that the dean mentioned to you in 1973. The U.S. was still mired in Vietnam. Watergate was on everyone's mind. The Club of Rome had issued a proclamation on the limits of growth. The first Arab oil embargo had taken place, and from that point, not only did FedEx go on to become almost a $40 billion company, the United States went through arguably its most prosperous quarter century ever. It's just like Yogi Berra, the famous philosopher, one time said, it's deja vu all over again. So you stand at one of those points that was described by one of the geniuses that started Intel, the great semiconductor company, Andrew Grove, a strategic inflection point. The Chinese symbol for fear and danger is the same as the Chinese symbol for opportunity. So as you step into the world here in 2008, I would take counsel of your fears, because I don't think there will be a time in human history that will be full of more abundance of opportunities, more reward for creativity and industriousness than the period of time that we're going into. The green revolution will create entire new industries. An increasingly globalized society will create undreamed of possibilities. And you, with your degree from Penn State, are well prepared to take advantage of those opportunities. I've thought many times about the advice I might give a graduating class, and I can find no better quote than one that was given some 200 years ago by a Polish general, Thaddeus Kosciuszko, who had come to the United States to help Washington along with Lafayette win our independence. He was an engineer, fortified West Point, and was a major contributor to the success of American arms. He said shortly after the war to a group of students such as yourself, set yourself to work with reflection and intelligence, either at your prescribed duty, carried out in the most scrupulous manner, or perfect yourself in some science in which you should have true mastery. Perhaps in a shortened version, General Colin Powell summed it up: find yourself something you're good at and do it to perfection, something you enjoy. And if you do that, I can promise you, as I have over the past 30-some-odd years, you won't feel that you've gone to work a day in your life. So let me conclude again by congratulating all of you, from the first in the class to the last, on your great accomplishment today, and wish you well in your pursuit in the exciting years to come. Thank you.